Steve, hey, Steve,
Yeah.
Steven, shut up. Shut up. Shh.
He has a problem with that.
Shutting up?
Yeah.
Oh,
God,
dear
you know?
God, yes, he does.
It's like, we're starting the show. And like, he's like, what, dude? Damn it. Anyway.
Phil can't see us, can he? I mean, live.
Who?
I don't know.
On a
What'd you say? Okay, you wait until the show starts and you start dragging on that thing.
Listen, it's his robot dick.
It's what I do. It's like the shtick on the show, right?
Ah, sucking on the shtick.
If you say so.
You know, everyone's got to have. Everyone's got. I thought that was supposed to be vapor, and you're waving it away like smoke.
Oh, so he can see us. It is vape.
No. I'm completely fucking blind.
Well, Richard
drunk.
Richard claims he can't see us when he's on.
Well, because he has everything shut off.
Well,
Yeah.
What a fucking dick.
Yeah, he is. He's kind of a cunt.
It's what he does.
Kind of a cunt.
I can't help that Sir Richard is the way that he is. He comes from a land where technology is non-existent for the most part, and how he's able to even get on the internet. I don't have a clue.
Yeah, I think he props things up on rocks and so forth. These megalithic stones and so forth.
Is he close to Stonehenge? Maybe he sits in the middle of that.
Yeah, he lives at Stonehenge, Steve.
He finally figured out what Stonehenge is. It's a giant internet antenna.
It's an antenna.
Just for Richard.
That's why they call him Mad King Richard.
The ancient aliens fucking built Stonehenge because they knew eventually Richard Allen would need to use ley lines to garner an internet connection.
Well, you ever wonder why he never mentions ancient aliens? That's the reason. It hits too close to home.
And you know what? I've never heard him mention Stonehenge.
That's right. You never will.
This is true.
Next show, we're going to get to the bottom of it.
Welcome to the Fortean Slip. This is episode 153. We couldn't procure for you Mick West yet, so we get you the next
worst thing.
I hesitate to say best thing.
Worst.
We give you Bob, or as he's more commonly known, Phil of Parabreakdown. Phil, thank you for joining the show.
I appreciate that wonderful and thought-provoking introduction. There, Dave. Oh, I'm sorry, not Dave, but rather Chris. It's Chris, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, we see. I know you as Dave, so
that's my given name.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to work this out right now because I'm new to this show, as you are well aware.
Yes, I am.
I have been invited many times, and I hate to say that I have turned you down in the past, but here I am today because hey, I just love Steve and I love what he's doing on eBay.
See, already got the eBay shit going.
If you guys are looking for all the great shit, honestly, from RoboCop to the USA hats like the one he's wearing, honestly, he's got some great deals on ebay.com.
Check that one out.
I want you to know that when Richard listens to this show tomorrow, he's going to be screaming cunt at the fucking screen.
Okay, so what makes you think, first of all, that he's going to be actually listening to this fucked up show?
Because he always does.
If he's not on it, he will listen. If he is on the show, he can't listen.
Huh?
Yeah.
Exactly what I said.
Okay. Well,
I do the same thing. When I'm not on, I listen to the show that I've missed, but I don't listen to the ones that I'm on. That would be just stupid.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm just thinking, knowing Richie the way I do, I think he's probably lying his ass off. I don't think he listens to it at all when he's not on.
Well, you can have that debate with him.
I will. I'm going to have that debate. I'm going to dial his ass up, and I'm going to say, Richie, you motherfucker.
So we started this podcast almost 4 years ago.
4 years.
And our very first episode, we actually discussed Mr. Poling and a lawsuit that was brought against him that he is unfortunately unable to talk about.
I am.
Still. Or are you?
You said you were.
What? No, I can talk about it.
Oh, cool.
No one's ever asked about it.
We took the position that it was not a good move on the part of Melissa Hovie.
The party of the second part.
Yes. And it was a step in the wrong direction. I mean, to just go throw out lawsuits and willy-nilly at people because of what we considered bullshit, which, by the way, turned out to be, and I'm pretty sure this is correct information, the costume from the movie Claude.
Yes. As said to me by the producer Carl Kosak of said movie.
If anyone's unaware of this, there was a picture quite a few years ago when we started 4 years ago. It was before then, though, right, Phil?
Well before then, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That was 2012.
Yeah. So we started this podcast in 2013. Melissa Hovie was toting around this picture of a supposed Bigfoot from behind. No, it was not a porno. But everyone was looking at this photo trying to figure out where it came from. And she slapped a copyright on this photo, and it wasn't even hers. Like, it was sent to her by someone else.
Correct.
And I'd like to note at this point in time that there's another gentleman on this show who was sent a photograph of a supposed Bigfoot, and he hook, line, and sinker.
Well, not hook, line, and sinker, but hook, line, and
he ignored it. He ignored it. He realized it was bullshit. He went so far as to, because it was such bullshit, interview the man and then tell me, yeah, he sounds genuine.
He did. But what does this have to do with Phil Poling and Melissa Hovie? Nothing.
I'm just
back on subject.
I'm just saying that, Steve may have been sent.
I have to, for the record, I reached out to Phil at that time, and Phil told me I was dumbass, and I ignored it.
I did.
I mean, he didn't say it that way, but
it was worse.
Had his reservation.
I liked how you guys you were like fucking going balls deep with that picture, and literally like a day or two after, Adam Bird's just like, no, that's a head in a box in a museum.
and instead of defending the picture like other people do, and partly what created that lawsuit between Phil and Melissa, because she defended it even though she knew it was probably bullshit. We came right out and said, hey, we were duped. I was duped.
Oh yeah. The minute that we
that's
knew,
what you do. We did a live podcast as soon as we knew.
Well, we didn't start live ones until
recorded podcast, but we put it out right away.
Right.
Because that's what you do when you find out the truth,
Well, I have a problem with people who, especially like in political elections, where they're like, "Oh, this person's a flip-flopper." Like, you're never allowed to change your fucking opinion.
Exactly. Yeah, and I agree with that. Absolutely.
It is just a way.
It's like, dude.
It is just a way to undermine somebody based on bullshit, usually. and it's just wrong. But I mean, if nobody ever changed their opinion on anything, how would we make any fucking progress? I mean, people used to believe that if you got on a train, you would surely perish. If the human body goes over 30 miles an hour, it will surely perish. You know, and now we're breaking the fucking sound barrier.
Well, we're not. Some people are, though.
Yeah.
We're barely breaking even here.
Technically, Steve, in a technological sense, we are breaking the sound barrier. Our voices are going out over the intertubes.
Yeah, but well, I guess so.
Oh, we lost Phil somewhere in there.
It's okay. I realized show without him.
I realized you could not actually hear me, so I went ahead and revamped this whole fucking thing.
We're wrought with technical difficulties already.
I know. It's on my end. I don't know why my computer decided, fuck you, I'm going to drop your ass.
Yes. So we decided to do this little impromptu show.
Was that what you call it?
Yeah, well,
impromptu that you asked me to do like 3 days ago.
Right. Well, I mean, it's kind of a different night than we normally do.
Right. I had no idea that you were going to go into this MHO thing, but hey, I'm all with it.
Okay.
Oh, are you allowed to say that now?
Yeah, why not?
Wasn't that part of the lawsuit?
No. The outcome of the lawsuit was I was not to claim any defamatory comments towards her, and as long as I can call her any name I want to, as long as it's not defamatory.
Oh, okay.
And I can also tell the facts of the case.
Okay. Let's do it.
The facts were she put up a bullshit photo.
Well, the photograph
she slapped a copyright on.
Yeah. It wasn't, I'm not going to say it's not a bullshit photo. I mean, by that, you mean it was a photo that she claimed was a Bigfoot that was not a Bigfoot. The photograph was taken on the set or behind the scenes of the Claude movie. Okay. So somehow someone managed to send that to her, and she admitted in public she doesn't know who took the photograph. Therefore, she doesn't own it. She doesn't know who sent her the photograph. Therefore, she doesn't own it. The person who sent her the photograph did not give her permission to publish the photograph. Therefore, she doesn't own it. But she claimed she sent it off to Washington, D.C. and got herself a copyright on the photograph. A copyright that was obviously obtained illegally, which is a fact. In fact, the court told her she had to remove that copyright from the photograph, since she couldn't claim it was hers.
And if I remember correctly, there were months after the decision by the court, and we were checking on her blog, and the photograph was still up there with the fucking copyright on it, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm. You're correct. There was one guy who had a Facebook channel who was into Bigfoot, who actually used that photo as his channel icon. I just said, dude, you know where that photo came from?
So in the end, Phil, why do you think she singled you out? We were all, using that photo at that time, for debate.
Oh, it was retaliation.
For?
Well, I disproved her. I mean, I made two different videos explaining that she did not own the photo. And in those videos, I claimed she was lying as far as owning the video. And it was because of that reason that she filed a claim on the YouTube videos and had them taken down. I filed a counter notice and had them brought back up. And it was after these videos were brought back up onto YouTube that she became all vindictive and beside herself and decided she would hunt down an attorney that would be willing to sue me over this.
Am I mistaken and remembering? Am I remembering this incorrectly or correctly? It was a real estate attorney or something.
Yes.
It wasn't a copyright attorney.
No, it was not a copyright attorney. It was a gal who worked for a I can't remember what attorney. I don't know what they call them. A group of attorneys. What they call the group of attorneys? There's a
gaggle.
A gaggle of attorneys.
Yes.
A law firm, and she was one of the junior members of this law firm, and her specialty was real estate.
Okay.
She was relatively new. She worked in law for 3 years, and I think that she probably realized that when Melissa walked into her office, that maybe she could, I don't know, get a quick 10 grand out of me.
Yeah,
you know, and I wouldn't bend over for her or her. I say, bring it on, bitch. That's just the attitude I had.
Well, it was pretty clear.
As you should have.
It was pretty clear that her attorney really didn't understand copyright law, because even I looked it up and knew right away that she had no claim. I mean,
you know what? I think
she
did understand the basics of copyright law. The problem with this attorney was she believed what Melissa was telling her.
Well, even if she believed what Melissa was telling her, Melissa never had any rights to the photo because the rights weren't transferred to her.
Yeah, but Melissa brought to her the credentials. She brought to her what came from the Copyright Office. Okay, that she had copyright on this photo, regardless of whether or not she legally had copyright. Because the Copyright Office, they're gonna give you, Steve, a copyright on anything you send to them, and all they're going to do is they're going to check online to see if it's anywhere else on the internet, and if it's not, they're going to grant you that copyright on it.
Right, until proven otherwise, which this case was.
Right, until some court order says, "Hey, Steve, yeah, gotta take it down, dude."
So, moving on, Phil.
No.
Yes.
I'm not ready. I'm just so beside myself right now.
As you should.
So many emotional things going through my head, right? And all this tequila and all that,
I was gonna say all the booze.
Yeah.
Now, I got introduced to you years ago. I think it was like 2012, 2013.
God, we go back a ways, don't we?
It was prior to. Well, it had to have been 2012 anyway.
Yeah, it was part of the whole Team Taser bullshit.
Oh God.
And yeah, oh God.
Didn't you guys call yourselves the snipe hunters before that or something?
Yes.
Okay.
It wasn't actually a group at that point. It was a joke. And it still is.
It still is, yeah.
Well, here's the thing that I'm pretty sure of at this point. You guys were all flying by the seat of your pants with that bullshit. Mm-hmm. And it just so happened to kind of take off with a certain audience.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole Team Taser fucking group was formed, and
right.
Here's all these people who are just completely behind these, 4 or 5 guys who comprise
4 or 5 jackasses.
Yeah. And it just kind of mushroomed.
What's your point?
My point is, I don't think that any of you thought that it would do that.
No, I didn't. I thought it was all in fun. I thought we were just kind of, poking fun at some of the hoaxers in the Bigfoot community, something that I had already been doing. And when Merchant got a hold of me and said, "Oh, this is so good, man. You got to come into this thing, man. We can really make a lot of noise, man." I'm like, okay, sounds like fun.
So, Phil, what got you doing the breakdown style videos? I know you used to go under the moniker Super Soylent.
Super Soylent was basically the same thing that I'm doing now. The only difference was that I was really contemplating a deeper a deeper understanding of the things that were going on around the world, politically, religiously, and so forth. And I was offering a counterbalance to that. Okay, but because of my I guess instinct for debunking bullshit, there was a mutual friend of ours who ran a Bigfoot evidence page, who suggested, Phil, you got this talent for breaking
Phil,
you got this talent for breaking shit down. You should do it for Bigfoot. And I was kind of hemming and hawing and said, oh yeah, it's the next big thing, I mean, Bigfoot's big. And I'm like, okay, but I don't want to just limit myself to Bigfoot. Let's do something where I can do something with UFOs, I don't know, ghosts and Bigfoot and so forth. There's a lot of bullshit out there. Let's face it.
There is.
Oh, absolutely.
And so we came up with this idea, paranormal breakdown, shortened up, and it just took off. And I'm really happy it did. I still have it, and I've done some. I thought there's some videos that I've done. I'm very proud of some in-depth things that I've researched and given results to. And there are some other videos that I poke fun at other people, not people, but videos that I've had a lot of fun with. So it's kind of a mixed bag. I do what I want, which is the way it should be. And it is what it is. It's Parabreakdown. That's it.
Now, for the people, because I kind of already know, what kind of gives you the credentials and or the right to be able to break down these videos in the way that you do?
I have the human right of expression.
Is it the tequila?
Or the rum. It could be rum.
He's in a tiki shit. They drink rum.
It could be rum, but today was tequila.
But ultimately, what makes you qualified?
I'm not, you know what? I'm not qualified. Because prior to Parabreakdown, I don't think there was really any breakdown channels out there. There was, what is it, Captain Obvious, or what is it, Captain Obvious, or Captain, what do they call that guy?
Captain Underpants? Oh no, wait.
Yeah. Who was trying to examine videos and so forth. But there was really no one that was doing what I wanted to do, or what I was doing. And it just all stems from questioning. That's the whole thing. If you have the ability to question, that gives you the right or the experience to make the videos that I make. You just put a video up and say, look, I have doubts about this. I have doubts about that. Here is why. Here it is. Now, do I have experience in research? Yes. Do I have experience in investigation? Yes. I'm a retired police officer. But that's not a credential for doing what I'm doing now, to be honest. I mean, I'm just a bullshit, a bullshit finder. And I find bullshit and I put it up there and I say, look, this is fucking bullshit. Look at this bullshit. I'm presenting it as bullshit, and I'm doing it while I'm, 3 sheets to the wind.
Usually.
Well, I mean, any video that you see on my channel has not been produced less than at least 2 or 3 drinks. I mean, nobody can do what I do without at least being half in the bag. Let's face it.
Maybe that's why I failed at it, because I don't drink.
Okay, well, I've just given you a trade secret.
Damn it.
You need to become an alcoholic, Steve.
Son of a bitch. It's that easy?
And then
That's simple.
once you pick up alcoholism, you can become a breakdown master.
Yeah. No, I'm not an alcoholic. I'm just a drunkard. There's a difference.
Oh.
Yeah. I've often thought about becoming an alcoholic, though.
Or a drunkard.
It's something you should aspire to, Steve.
Well, I thought it'd be neat to give it a shot. See what all the hype is
shot.
See what I did there?
I'd love to watch the slow decline of you that ends in rehab and you apologizing to everybody.
I don't apologize for shit, man. When's the last time I apologized?
Because if you went through rehab and you were like going through the 12-step program, you're supposed to, like make amends, all that bullshit.
No, if you're a religious person and you want to relinquish your life to a higher power.
That's right.
Yeah.
What do atheists do when they recover?
Well, I'm an atheist and I'm not recovering, so I don't know what that.
So there's your answer. You don't. You just don't recover.
Phil just keeps going deeper and deeper into alcoholism, or as he calls it, being a drunkard.
I'm a drunkard. Yeah. It works. And, you find something that works, you got to stick with it.
That's right.
So, I mean, we kind of all got together back in the Team Taser days, and then everything fell apart with that group for reasons none of us really understand. I'm pretty sure it was egos, assholes. And people who literally had just done it for money.
Yeah.
And, the person that had gotten me into it was Melissa Hovie.
Oh, good old Ro, yeah.
I had been following on Twitter Joe Rogan. And Joe Rogan retweeted his, the little mini documentary he did on the Yeti.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, and that thing went crazy. It was one of those little mini documentaries they did right before they started doing the podcast.
I remember that one, yeah.
And it exploded because if Joe Rogan retweets something, he has so many followers that it goes all over the fucking place.
Steve.
Yeah.
Send Joe Rogan, your thing with your eBay and see what he can do with that.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Get on that.
Yeah.
Because Joe Rogan will read my tweets or emails.
Absolutely. He's a regular guy.
So that got me into the whole thing. And then I started watching Phil's breakdowns, and I got a kick out of the fucking things. And from that, that interaction that I had with all these people and seeing all this shit was born the atrocity Ratman and Sea Dog.
I loved Ratman and Sea Dog. I just love, in fact, wait.
You're the one person.
Wait. No, remember when we were doing our show? What is our video show? What was it? Unexplained Universe. I would slip in the commercials for Skookum cigarettes.
Skookum.
It's the Bigfoot urine that makes it taste so mild and wild.
That's right.
I still have the artwork for that.
No, dear Jesus.
So do I. I saved it. I saved the artwork. I put it up there. I'm like, oh man, this has got to come up again.
That was the only good thing to come out of that fucking show.
The commercial.
It was good. I mean, I had a fun time doing it, but it was. I'm not an actor, so
no, you didn't even try.
But that was part of the thing, though.
That's the problem.
No. That was part of the thing. It was like it was so panned out. It was so, his character was so panned. It was like, oh, I'm just going to deliver this. I'm gonna yeah, okay. It was perfect. I thought it was great. I loved it. Anyway,
and here I was like fucking Orson Welles, just fucking trying to direct a radio play.
Yeah.
It was a great concept. I mean, it was a good concept.
Oh yeah, because the reason I did it was because I loved the old timey radio style serials shows. bullshit
I
like
think
the
that's why I
shadow.
think that's why I liked it too, and the way it was produced, the way it was put forward, and the fact that it was under 3 minutes.
Yeah, because nobody's got an attention span these days.
That's right.
Hell, just look at the watch time on my podcast. For fuck's sake.
By the way, all the ladies who are on the chat room right now, that
So we
I
have chat?
hit on, I don't know. Do we?
I don't know.
Check to see if we have chat.
I'm not allowed to look at the chat anymore.
There are people in the chat room.
Okay. I'm just saying you're all hot, and that's all I'm saying.
Wow.
Yeah. All the ladies that I hit on last week. Yeah. They're still hot.
Phil, to quote Jay-Z, if you're having girl problems, I feel bad for your son. I got 99 problems, but a bitch ain't one. Hit me.
Yeah. There you go. Right there, Jay-Z.
Not a big Jay-Z fan, but I tend to like that song. I just think I like the fact that in the video, him and fucking David Geffen are just like walking down an alleyway.
Don't even go there. No, that's not right.
You love that song and you fucking know it, Phil. You fucking sit in your little tiki bar just fucking jamming out to Jay-Z.
I like the new shit that's the alternative rock stuff. That's really cool.
Good stuff coming out.
Yeah. There's like my favorite station. My favorite station, by the way, out of Bakersfield, California.
Oh dear Jesus.
KRAB 106.1. And tomorrow morning at 7, this is the morning show with Robin, and I will be on that show tomorrow morning, and you can hear it tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock live online at iHeartRadio. That's KRAB 106.1 Alternative Rock, Bakersfield, California. Thank you very much.
What will you be discussing on that show, Phil?
I have no fucking idea. It was a Bigfoot video.
Oh.
As I recall.
Will you be sober?
So you pre-record them?
Yes, it was recorded on Tuesday, and it will be on tomorrow morning at 7.
Uh-huh.
That gives her time to edit out all the bullshit and the fucks and the crap and all that.
It'll be like a 3-second.
It will be a 3-second show. So tune in at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, KRAB 106.1 Bakersfield, California on iHeartRadio.
He plugs more than fucking William Shatner.
Mm-hmm. No. I know Bill, and he plugs a lot more than I do. But I'm learning.
Fucking Bill Shatner is the fucking plug king.
I can take that a lot of different ways, and I'm not really going to address that. The plug king, huh?
I can just imagine after William Shatner's death that his hand is going to rise from his grave holding a fucking Priceline sign.
I love those old Priceline commercials. Those were good.
Oh, they were funny.
No,
yeah,
fucking William Shatner, as far as I'm concerned, became great when he became a caricature of himself.
Right.
And he knows it. And he knew it. When he went over that overpass on that bus and saved those kids, I tell you, that was awesome.
Yeah. You know what my favorite part of Bill Shatner's career has been? How much he just doesn't acknowledge fucking George Takei.
Like, George who?
Yeah, I just kind of worked with him.
I don't know who this George is.
We weren't like really friends or anything.
We worked together. That's all I know.
Meanwhile, Takei's fucking just all over the place. Hi.
So this is what we've regressed to in this show. George Takei. It's my birthday.
George Takei. He just loves cock. And he'll tell you all about it.
Pretty much.
Good times. Who didn't love fucking Star Trek, though?
Honestly, yeah, I think you have a point there. I think that just about anyone, and even if you didn't like it at the very beginning in 1966, you had to warm to it by 1995. Sooner or later, it had to happen.
When something's been shoved in your face so much in reruns and movies.
It's like the top 40 radio, you know. You don't like that song today, just wait a month down the road.
Eventually it'll sound catchy.
Right. And then later, 30 years on, you're like, I remember that song when I was a kid. Oh yeah, crank it up.
It's good stuff.
It's great.
Who doesn't love
stuff.
that shit?
It's programming. The Illuminati.
But I mean, Star Trek kind of like it broke down a lot of barriers on fucking television. And
you know, I think that's a myth.
You really think so?
Yeah. I think that they claim that because it kind of gives more of a mistake to it. But by the time that all that shit happened with the, you know, the black and white kiss bullshit and all that, no, they was all well accepted by that time. But yet because it was on TV, it was like, oh, it broke down the barriers.
Well, I mean, it was the first time that they did that on television.
Yeah, but you see, television, I think, was representative of what was happening in the real world, not a causation, not a the real world wasn't a causation of what was happening on TV. It was the opposite.
No, The Real World was a show on MTV that actually started out good and became a bag of shit.
I never liked it.
Well, see, the premise for reality television is not a horrible premise. You know, like actually pay attention to reality and you know, and record it and present it.
No one's gonna watch it.
It's a great idea.
It'd be boring.
And it's an idea that won't work.
But it did work.
No, it's not reality though.
When they did the initial season of The Real World there, or you know, I don't know which ones, in the beginning, when they actually were not scripting shit. Because now all of your reality TV is just scripted fucking bullshit. Yeah,
I didn't see the very first. You would probably know more about that than I would, because I did not see it.
I peripherally watched it and was entertained from time to time, but I've never been a reality show fan. Oh God, one of my ex-girlfriends from years ago, she would DVR all the fucking reality TV shows. And if I didn't sit down and watch them with her, by God, was I going to catch fucking hell. So I got
so you should.
I got inundated with fucking Big Brother, Survivor, American Idol.
Oh, Jesus.
Ugh.
Slit my throat.
Ugh. I wanted to fucking hang myself.
You know, I never felt any sympathy for you at all until now, Chris.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No one should
everything
feel
else.
sympathy for me.
Everything else Chris has been through, that makes you feel sympathy.
Yeah, no. just this.
You had to sit through American Idol.
This one thing is what did it.
Yeah.
I loved American Idol for the first maybe 5.
Oh, fuck you. American fucking Idol. Jesus.
I like America's Got Talent much better though.
What do you like about it, Steve? Does it warm the cockles of your heart?
It does. Why not?
This person that came out, she's got one leg and one eye, but yet she sings like a bird and we're all gonna cry.
Yeah, but none of those people who came out with one leg or one eye or whatever the fuck their problem was ever won the fucking show.
That's right.
None of them.
Yeah, they just set them up for failure.
Right.
I love you. I'm gonna come up and hug you.
So they always put that's the one part about the show, or any of those kind of shows that I don't like, is where they, you know, have the sob story bullshit. Because you know those people ain't winning the fucking show. They're just putting them there for viewers.
That's right.
That's it.
Thus reality.
Yes. Reality.
Whether you recognize the real reality or not.
All right. So Phil,
yeah.
And again, this is one of these things I've known you for so long now that I know your take on it. Well, no, not so far, but we've known each other for a few years. And For the viewers, not like I said, not for me to break down the fourth wall. I already know this. What's your take on the Ancient Aliens show? Because I love that fucking show. Now, not because I believe in ancient aliens, because I don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I love the entertainment value of the
Oh
show.
yeah. Are you kidding me? I tell you what, I can't tell you how many times I have laughed my ass off watching that show. I tell you, when you talk about comedy, these guys have got it in the bag. God
If you
damn, they're funny.
look at how the pyramids are set up, it
Some
looks like a
kind,
circuit board.
some kind of alien.
Oh my god,
I love that shit.
it's
Yeah.
the best.
Oh yeah, yeah. I cannot point to another show that offers so much entertainment value, and you know in your own mind, Chris, that there's somebody somewhere in the Midwest, I don't know where. Pick a place. I don't know. Weippe, Idaho, and they're looking at their TV and they're listening to this. Some kind of alien, and they're going, "You motherfucker, you dumb shit! God damn it, I can't believe you're saying this!" And they're just like all over the fucking. They're like climbing the walls, like throwing shit at their TV. I mean, come on, you know that's happening.
But it's the best
I know.
fucking show going.
That's
I mean,
why.
fuck Finding Bigfoot.
That's
Fuck
why.
these ghost adventure dumbasses. Give me Ancient Aliens any day of the fucking week.
Yeah, and I made, I don't know how many, maybe 3 or 4 different videos in regards to Ancient Aliens, and every one of those was pretty much a humorous look at it. I mean, it was all comedy, pointing out all the bullshit. But I tried to do it tongue in cheek. I tried to do it, in a more of a comic way, comedic way, and I had fun. And I think that's what they were doing, is they're just having fun.
Well, Giorgio Tsoukalos couldn't have any more of an over-exaggerated excitement on his fucking face every time they bring out some new piece of evidence. I was watching some of the new season, and he's running around with some guy with a fucking elongated head, just fucking like, so this could be an ancient alien.
And he knows exactly what he's doing.
Oh, of course he does.
Yeah, of course he does. He's not stupid. That's one thing about Giorgio. He's not stupid. He's not at all. There's a reason why his hair looked the way it did.
When he was on Joe Rogan was like, how can you, say that these things are how they are? And he's like, he can't. He literally said, like, well, not literally. I don't fucking remember the exact words, but that it's just theories.
The question,
right?
Questions.
It's the question.
They're always
So I'm not saying that this is Ancient Aliens, but what is it?
Right. They're always very careful to put that in there.
Yeah. Even though on a couple of his shows, especially one that I actually recorded him saying, was like, could this be aliens? Yes, it is. And I'm like, wait, whoa. He just did. He said, whoa. Yes, it is.
Well, I think a lot of that too is editing for the show. We've seen in the past, interviews or especially pre-recorded interviews where they get chopped up into sound bites.
Yeah. Like this show.
No, this show is presented to you in its entirety.
Live? Is it live?
It's live.
It is
tonight.
live. Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck.
And even when we were doing the show pre-recorded, there was only, I want to say, 2 instances that I ever had to edit the show.
One was something Matt said. I remember that.
Yes, about a certain woman whose first name is Sharon.
Oh, not Sharon.
I was actually in that woman's hometown yesterday.
Were you? Just stop in and say hi?
No, I don't know. She's probably not home.
Yeah, I think there's a library you can find her at.
She
I go.
knew you were coming.
I go there about once a month because there's a good, very nice Goodwill there that I get some stuff from. So,
For the record, I got into a hangout with said woman early on.
Sorry.
In my forte into this.
oh God.
No, she is a bit of a chatterbox, isn't she?
Oh yes, but was Steve? Were you in that chat room?
Or she was like drunk off her ass, if I remember right.
She was drunk off
and then
her
she
ass.
had to work the next morning. It's like 3 a.m. and she had to be to work at 6.
I literally called it like early on, like in my interaction with her. I can't remember if it was Matt or if it was you, but I sent the message, I'm going to see how far I can fucking take this. And by the next morning,
wait. We probably should edit this and change names.
Yeah,
no,
we should.
I haven't stated any last names.
Oh, well, it's not her real name anyway. So
there you go. So either that night or by the next morning, I had half nude pictures of her on my phone.
Awesome. As in like the upper lip and eye area?
Yes.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Below that point, I don't think I would want to know anything about it.
I would not want to see them. In fact, I think you offered to show me, and I
kind of turned it down. I did a parody in regards to this said person.
Karen B, if I remember.
Yes, it was. It was Karen B with the cat.
I actually had a girlfriend who wanted me to post those pictures of her.
Okay.
You can come to that conclusion.
I'm not even gonna try to guess. I am just gonna sit here and drink some more and
somebody should edit
away.
No, here's what you remember those pictures of Fasano where he's laying on the bed?
Oh God.
Okay, somebody should edit her into that picture.
Photoshop.
Remember those shots of Dyer in his underwear?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Those were real photos too.
Yes, they were.
I found those on an old, I think it was a MySpace account, really old MySpace account.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you search around on the internet,
no, it was Photo Bucket. That's what it was. Photo Bucket.
Yeah.
If you search around on the internet hard enough, you can find fucking nude pictures of me. For fuck's sake.
Good times.
Well, we're not searching for those, and I don't know anybody who would.
Good times.
Why would you want to see me and my delicious hog, Steve?
You're riding a hog? What?
Yeah. An actual pig.
I see. A large pig.
Picture. I took a picture much like Putin, only I was on the back of a wild boar.
They have those greased pig competitions. That must have been what you were talking about. Just guessing.
Phil, I just rock out with my cock out.
Absolutely. Why wouldn't you?
As I should. Exactly. It's mine. What the fuck do I care if other people see it or not?
And you go down to the cockfights and everything.
No.
With the Mexicans?
No.
Oh, damn.
That's dangerous.
I must have read you wrong.
What is your take on, speaking of of that, what is your take on the Chupacabra, Phil?
Go down south, then we find a Chupacabra.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Yeah, the Chupacabra. It's an animal. It's a creature. It's a creature. Yeah, and they're down in South America, somewhere around in New Mexico. South America, New Mexico, Texas, Texarkana. You got that Texarkana thing going on.
Those fucking Texans love that fucking Chupacabra.
You pull up any newspaper in Texarkana, Texas, and the front page is always going to have Chupacabra right there, right on the top.
Every day.
It happens. Every fucking day. It happens all the time. And then you got the migrant workers. The migrant workers, they're afraid of them, because they run from them, because these Chupacabras, they'll take your toes right off. Nip them off right at the nibs. Oh, damn chupas. Chupacabra, guys.
Yeah, Richard loves the Chupacabra.
Oh yeah, I know. He's an expert.
There is a gentleman who loves the Chupacabra more than Richard.
Matt Knapp.
Matt fucking Knapp.
Oh yeah. He knows. You know,
He
should call him up right now. Yeah, he's an encyclopedic.
He gets a fucking visceral, disgusted reaction when he hears about the fucking Chupacabra.
Yeah, it's you gotta love him. You gotta love him. Yeah, it's, you know they hop around, and
like a kangaroo.
Yeah, well, that's where the name Chupacabra comes from, because kangaroo is actually an ethnic word that means Chupacabra. You haven't heard that.
I totally buy that, Phil.
Absolutely.
You don't even have to give me any facts.
You should edit the Wikipedia page.
It is. Well, I tried to do that. I they don't know that the Wikipedia people just have no idea. Began with this little old lady down there in Venezuela, and she had these chickens, you see, and the Chupacabra loves chickens, as you are well aware. Yeah, that chicken meat, that's firm, lean, white. Once you get the feathers out of your teeth, it's pretty
Phil,
tasty.
Everything tastes like chicken.
Well, yeah, I mean, snakes taste like chicken.
So why wouldn't you like chicken?
Who wouldn't like chicken? Chupacabras, though, they don't taste like chicken. They taste more like coyote for some odd reason.
It's a strange thing.
And I don't know why. It's weird. If you ever eat a Chupacabra over an open fire and that, you taste it and it's like, this tastes kind of like coyote-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
And it's strange that they kind of look dog-like when they catch them.
No. You see, dogs have hair on them. Chupacabras don't have any hair. So if you took your dog and you shaved it to look like a Chupacabra, would it look like a Chupacabra? You answer that for me. You can't, because you've never shaved your dog.
This is untrue, Phil.
Oh.
Why you shaved your dog?
Oh, do tell.
Well, see, I was a young man. I had my first dog, whom I loved dearly. God rest his soul. And he got fleas so bad that I was like trying everything to get rid of these fucking things. And in a desperate measure to rid him of the fleas, I decided it would be a good idea to shave him bald. Now, and it was in my defense, I did it in the middle of summer, so that I wasn't worried about him, being cold, because I do live in a state that has brutal winters.
Now, Chris, before you go any further, did you do this in New Mexico?
No, this was done.
That doesn't count.
This was done in Maine.
Yeah, but you know what? If you would have videotaped your dog running around the yard,
not in Maine. No, sorry, doesn't work.
But he could have just lied like everybody else does.
You're just being a misogynist.
Wow.
I've never massaged anybody,
especially a hairless dog.
No.
So, Chris,
he's
did the dog
jerked
look
off
like
a hairless dog, though?
I did not do that. It is wrong.
Did your dog, after you shaved the dog, what kind of a dog was it? What breed?
It was a collie lab mix.
Collie lab.
Oh, that would have made a good Chupacabra.
That's right.
Fuck off. Listen, so did it look like a Chupacabra after you
after I shaved him?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kinda.
No.
But I mean, a Chupacabra is supposed to have those weird fangs and the whole, like, if you look at the actual Chupacabra, like what it's supposed to look like, it doesn't look like a dog at all. It looks kind of like a lizard creature.
It looks like kind of like a mutant, a raccoon with
a fucking restaurant or something.
Yes, we have a restaurant here, It's the back restaurant kitchen at the Tiki Bar. Yeah, I got the bitch working back there.
Phil's just got a horde of people in the back doing dishes.
That's why the camera ain't on. He doesn't want.
I can't show all this stuff that's going on.
It's crazy.
Miguel. Hey. No, don't put those there. They go underneath. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Sorry.
I think I heard Miguel even respond to the funny part.
All right.
I heard something. I don't know.
Well, somebody's done. Tina or somebody is done working whatever she was doing, washing out the bottles.
I think you need to fire.
What I do is I take the top shelf booze, and after it's empty, I have them wash out the bottles. So I take the cheap booze and I put it into the top shelf booze bottles.
Well, duh.
That's a good idea.
Well, it's the way it's
done.
class. Yeah, Steve knows. He's done that.
Oh, I haven't done it. I just know.
He's done it. I know he's done it. He's that kind of guy.
Phil would do it.
Phil, let me explain something to you, Phil.
No, you don't have to explain anything to me.
Steve comes off to everybody for some unknown fucking reason as this stand-up guy.
because I am.
Okay,
it's naive, innocent.
Yeah. For some reason, better. Everybody perceives him as this fucking, great stand-up guy. I have known Steve for over 4 years now. He's the biggest shit stirrer I have ever met in my fucking life. Like, he just fucking sticks his finger in and
even my haters love me. That's the great part.
I don't get it. Like, you can literally tell them that you are doing exactly what everybody's accusing you of doing, and they're still like, yeah, he's great.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Good times. Who doesn't love Steve Alcorn?
It's a gift.
No, Steve he's just smart enough to ask the questions and stand back and let other people answer.
Well, it's all in the way you approach people. That's all, and you just got to know how to do it. And you can say whatever the fuck you want to somebody, as long as you know how to smooth it out in the end. That's all.
Oh man!
Look at the fuck. I want to note the big smirk on his fucking smug face.
Look at that shit. Look at that.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, Rick Dyer, for example. The guy
no, come on.
The guy should hate me, but he doesn't. Well, he might now. I don't know.
He called you a weasel.
Rick Dyer doesn't hate anybody. Rick Dyer, he is so happy that he was able to screw over and manipulate so many. He doesn't care about you. He doesn't care about me. The ones that called him out on this bullshit from the very beginning, he just ignores. He doesn't care.
Well, he doesn't have to ignore us. He does. Well, he's a genius, is what he is, and I say that meaning he knows exactly what the fuck he's doing.
Yes, yes.
He knows how to play to his audience.
Yes, very much.
So when he says the haters make him famous, he's right.
He's absolutely correct.
Yeah, and he knows it.
Yeah,
so it's like he's going to play up to that side of it. That's all.
It's like I can do my Rick. I don't know if I can do my Rick Dyer impersonation. I called down there at the.
You gotta pretend like you're. No, I'm not gonna say that.
I think we lost Phil's audio again.
I think Phil disappeared.
Fuck him.
Yeah. I mean, why did we have him on anyway?
I don't know. We thought it would be a good idea.
I'm very glad that Richard couldn't make the show, though.
Yeah, I don't think getting Phil and Richard together again would be a good idea.
No, I mean, they fucking failed at one podcast.
Yeah.
I don't want to bring them on mine together, jinx the whole fucking thing.
Be the end. End of the whole fucking show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're back, Phil?
I don't know. My back is here somewhere.
You're back.
I love Rick Dyer. He was great.
He's a great human being.
Yeah. He was waving around $100 bills.
I don't know if you're doing Bill Clinton or fucking Rick Dyer.
Well, Rick Dyer sounds like Bill Clinton. He does. He does. I called down there in Australia, and they put me on TV. Talking about my Chupacabra days. Anyway,
that man.
Yeah, you gotta love old Rick.
No, you don't have to.
No, you got to. Yeah, it's written. It's part of the contract. Watch my videos.
I didn't know that.
You watch my videos, and pretty soon you gotta sign that there contract.
It's in the non-disclosure agreement.
Yeah. Everybody loves me.
I'm just an amazing human being.
Giving blankets to the homeless people.
Chupacabra.
I'm gonna put me a Bigfoot costume with some guts in it.
Well, you guys didn't know it was a joke, huh? It was a big joke. Yeah. Laugh riot. Good job.
What I loved about Rick Dyer was every single time he came out with something, it was always bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But he'd keep doing it, and people would still keep fucking buying into it.
Yeah, that's right.
Every single fucking time.
Well, he has a lot of training. He was a used car salesman. And once you sell one piece of shit car, you can sell another piece of shit car. You find the formula that works, and that works time after time.
That's very true.
I was a used car salesman once.
Oh,
that explains everything.
What weren't you? I mean, at one time. I mean, you were like, it doesn't matter what the topic is. You were there.
I'm like Brian Williams. I was
like Reverend Jeff. No, not that bad. I'm not going to go there.
God.
No, I've done a lot of things.
You did fucking say it.
I did. I said it. I'm sorry.
How dare you mention him on the show?
We've brought him up from time to time.
We have.
Yeah.
I tend to stay away from the topic, but yes, we have. Phil and I actually spent some time with the good Reverend up in Washington State.
Oh, those were good times. You saw me at my best and my worst.
That was. Were you there both nights?
No, I was there the one night.
No,
I was there both nights. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I just didn't remember.
Must have been a real good time.
I didn't remember the first night.
Can't even fucking remember.
I got drunk and forgot it.
The first night was a complete blank, but the second one, I remember.
Holy shit! Phil pulled out this flask that was the size of a pillow.
Ye flask of doom.
Holy shit!
Like a couch pillow or a bed pillow or
like a
booze flask,
like a dog pillow,
like a couch pillow.
Okay,
it was a flask. It held 1 gallon.
That's a fucking flask.
That is the flask of doom.
I don't even think that can be considered a flask anymore.
Yeah, well, it was shaped like a flask.
Well, it's in shape only.
It could have been a flask for a giant.
Yeah. Okay.
A flask you're supposed to be able to put in your back pocket because that's why it's shaped that way.
Well, it depends on the size of your back pocket.
That's right. Like I said, what if he's a fucking giant?
But it was one hell of a flask.
But
we passed that around several times.
We passed a lot of things around. That's why I've said so many times, I've gone out on some of these expeditions, and to the people who think that I haven't gone out on Bigfoot expeditions or that I don't go out into the fucking woods, eat shit.
Mm-hmm.
I've spent a good portion of my life hiking in the mountains. I have been out on Bigfoot expeditions, and I have learned one thing about Bigfoot expeditions. It is a bunch of yahoos in the woods getting hammered. Generally.
Although I have to say that on the second night, I did grab the thermal and went out, and it was probably, God, I remember what time it was, 1, 2 in the morning, and we had gone. Who was it that actually owned that thermal? Not John, but the other guy. God
I
damn it.
can't think. I was trying to remember his name the other day.
But yeah, he led me out into this area and with the thermal, showed me how to use it and whatnot. And then he said, I'm going to make my way back to camp. Are you going to be okay out here? And I said, well, fuck yeah, I got a thermal. I can see. And so I stayed out there for a good half hour or whatever, just scanning around with this thermal. Nothing happened. I felt fairly comfortable, and it was pitch black in the middle of the woods.
There you go.
No big deal. I'm like, okay, well, this was awesome. So I made my way back to camp, and it was all cool. So it's like, it was like the experience and everything. But then there was the brown thermal footage that was recorded that I was like, wow, this, is that a cow? It's got to be a herd of cows. What the hell is that? And I had to examine it and everything. Everything I came up with pointed to the fact that it was not a cow. Stave, it was not a cow.
I still think it was a cow.
Well, I don't know what leads you to believe it was a cow when it doesn't look like a cow. Did it look like a cow to you, Steve?
Well, it looked like a lot. It could have been anything.
No, that wasn't the question. Did it look like a cow? Did it have the cow ears, the cow snout?
Well, thermal video, it doesn't tend to be all that clear.
So what you're saying is you don't know what it looked like.
Oh, no.
But
I don't think it was a Bigfoot.
Okay. But you're saying you thought it was a cow.
I still think it was a cow.
Okay, but there's got to be a reason why you think it was the cows.
Well, I don't remember that far back.
Okay. All right. Well, whatever.
I can't remember what I ate for fucking supper.
I was going to say, he doesn't remember this morning.
See, I like to call. See, I'm calling him out. Yeah, I'm calling you out, bro.
Steve's more ADD than a kid on Ritalin.
No, I thought it might have been two cows.
So did I.
Next to each other.
I thought it could have been a couple of deer at one point.
I don't think it was deer.
Right, and I didn't either. And I didn't think it was cows either because of where it was at.
So, what is your expert conclusion then? Or not so expert conclusion?
Well, first of all, there's no such thing as a Bigfoot expert.
Right, of course not. Correct.
But when you're looking at the video, it looks like the upper part of a human-like torso coming up from behind the rise that comes up from behind.
See, what I thought it was when I seen it. Now I'm recalling because we've been talking about it.
You weren't recalling a minute ago when I was talking to you, but now you're going to recall.
It takes me some time.
I see. Catch up.
Like maybe the back end of one cow and then the head of another one above it.
Okay, all on this 1 foot wide trail on the opposite side of the cliff.
Well, I'm just saying that's what it kind of reminded me of. Okay, I wasn't there.
Okay, yeah, I know, but and I wasn't there at the time either. That's why I went out there to research before I made the video.
Right. Well, right, and you've been there, so you have a better idea of what the terrain is like. Wasn't there a little drop off right there?
There was a large drop off, 4 foot. Then there was a little bit of a, I don't know, I'd call it a game trail. It was about 1.5 feet wide that went up along the cliff there. And then on the other side of that 1.5 foot wide trail was another drop off. And we're talking about a 35-degree incline down to where the cows normally graze.
Right. But cows do come into that area as well, right? I mean,
they come up to the top area above that area. The spot where we were looking at was behind the area where cows have come up to. Right. There's a gentle slope that was to the north of where we saw this thing. And this gentle slope is what the cows would use to come up from the lower area up to the upper area. This had nothing to do with that area. This was a complete, like a 35-degree drop off down about 4 feet to a 1 foot wide game trail, or maybe a footpath if you want to call it a footpath. And then beyond that was another drop off.
Fuck, Chris leaves in the middle of a show and just walks around.
Well, you know, Chris is such a dick anyway, you know. I mean, who cares what he has to think about, you know?
So I think some people came to the conclusion that you were just seeing the upper body of it, and he was down on that drop off part.
Well, that's right. Yeah.
If it were a Bigfoot.
Yes. Yeah. What we're looking at is like just below the chest, up to the top of the head and the wide shoulders, which were like, God, 4.5 feet wide.
Right. And then there was a comparison between allegedly where that stood, and then was it Sarah stood there?
Yeah.
So that would make this thing like fucking huge.
It was huge.
But it would have, I mean, if you're just seeing the upper body, it still was above where she was.
Oh yeah.
And she was standing on top of that ledge.
Oh yeah. She was actually up above that ledge.
Right, so how tall would this thing have had to have been? I mean, it would have had to been.
Well, I was guessing somewhere around 7 to 8 feet, 4 feet wide, and on that ledge, and in the upper part of the body, where you could see on the upper level. I know it wasn't on the upper level because of the line that came across.
Right.
Which after they did the comparison, you can actually physically see where the line of embarkation was to where the drop off is.
Big words. I like it.
So what we were looking at was not like a cow laying up on top.
Okay.
So anyway, that's what I came up with.
Wait. Are you saying it was a Bigfoot?
Yeah, probably.
So you know, a lot of people hate on Phil and saying he doesn't believe in this shit and all that stuff. Well, here's proof right here on the Fortean Slip that Phil does believe that Bigfoots exist.
I do think there is a bipedal primate running around up somewhere up here in the Northwest. Yeah. As far as New Mexico, I don't know, but up here, yeah.
And for all you dickheads out there who say that Phil never confirms anything, well, there you go.
But for the record, I mean, Phil is a fun ruiner.
Yes,
I do that. Yeah, but you see, we're talking about the difference between actual investigation work and just having fun.
So you also did a lot of work on Barcatino's thermal.
Mm-hmm.
And you came up with a similar conclusion there, did you not?
Yeah. Well, the conclusion I came up with there is that they did not just come up with this off the cuff. I mean, they really went into the area. They tried to duplicate everything. No stone unturned. These people, Bart and his crew, deliberately tried to find some other reason other than there's a couple of Bigfoot running around out there. They could not, and neither could I. These things were large. There's a possibility that, hey, maybe someone from the encampment came up into this area without lights, without fire, without flashlights, in the pitch black, into the woods, and managed to grow another 4 or 5 inches. Every single person there was under 6 feet, but these things were shown to be over 6. One was shown to be 7 or so.
That was the one case where I think it was a great example of how things should be investigated. You know,
And
claims like
that was
so.
the outcome of the video, was shown that this is the way it should be done. I cannot dispute anything that is being presented.
Right.
That was the main thing. Could it have been these 3 Bigfoot? Yeah, I think it could have been.
Now, my whole problem with the Sierra kill site are the players involved.
Yeah,
Okay.
Some of the players involved, yeah.
I would say one of myself, but go ahead.
Well, no, that's just the reason why I have such an issue with it, is
Right.
that there were so many people involved in this site, and all I kept hearing was, was that it's a research site and not a lot of people go up there. I went up there. It's a very well-traveled site.
It is, and hunters go up there.
Hunters go up there. There is there were down trees everywhere that were being cut up.
Mm-hmm.
There is a gentleman who lives on the side of that mountain.
Yeah, down below.
A little ways down below.
Mm-hmm.
When I drove up to the site with an unnamed person, the first thing that we saw driving up on the site was a fucking brown bear. A black bear. Excuse me.
Yeah.
And it was so fucking big. We both thought it was a brown bear at first, but there was a good sized fucking black bear. And it was just fucking wandering around the campsite. It walked up over the ridge to where the road is above, and then saw us in the vehicle and took off.
Yeah.
I just think there are so many problems with that site.
Taint the site,
the evidence.
The site itself, there is a lot of animals around there. That's a given. That doesn't eliminate the existence of Bigfoot wandering around.
I'm not saying that it does.
The figures that we saw, the figures that are being shown in the video also are bipedal. It's not like something on 4 legs, so that eliminates a bear.
Right.
Even a bear standing on 2 legs would not stand up as long as that thing did, I don't think.
Right. I agree.
Or those things, I should say.
But therein lies my biggest problem with that site. It's not that I don't believe that isn't any possibility of Bigfoot there. It's that the principal players in the whole thing were looking for something beyond Bigfoot, I think.
Like what?
They were looking to make a movie.
Oh, one of them was looking to make a movie. Absolutely.
And another one was looking to make blog posts.
Yeah. But one person was just investigating, the one who actually filmed it.
Right.
And I won't shit on Bart Catino at all. I've spoken to the man. I've met him. And, he seems genuine enough in his whole research technique and what he wants to do. I haven't seen boo from him in the past couple of years.
The only thing is, the only way for someone who was not a member of that team, who were all rather short, who were around the campfire, and who were filming from the campfire, the only way for some other person or third persons to come into that area, there was no way that they would be able to come into that area with not being seen by Bart and his thermal camera, because he was filming all along and all around that area.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pitch black.
I've heard the story.
It's pitch black.
I've seen the video, and like I said, I'm not gonna come out and say that I completely think that those aren't Bigfoot in that video. I'm not gonna say that that it's that it is. I'm just gonna say that the problem that I have with that are the principal players. Because I have very good reason to believe that.
Well, that's a concern, isn't it?
Yeah. You just, You just
Well,
can't
you can't ignore that
You can
problem.
It's a big factor.
You can look
It
at
is.
it another way, though. Yeah, I mean, no, I'll play devil's advocate for a minute. They have this great evidence or potential great evidence. Why wouldn't you want to capitalize on it?
Yeah, because you've never done anything like that, right, Steve?
No, I have.
I know. I was being fucking facetious.
So, I mean, even with the greatest intentions, sometimes it can look like you don't have the greatest intentions, right?
Yeah. Well, here again, Bart did not.
No, Bart never. No,
he did not present this as a way of making book.
I'm just talking some of the others involved.
Right.
Obviously, we're trying to make some bank off of it, and I can't say as I don't blame them, even if they believed what they were saying, or even if they believed that's what was really going on up there. I don't know. I mean, I don't pretend to know what people are thinking, but
yeah, there's a deep problem, I think, in the Bigfoot research community when it comes to the people involved. I think that a lot of the people involved are looking to sell something, whether it be a book, a website.
God knows I am. And if you want to come to paranormal evidence and also Parabreakdown, and tomorrow morning at 7, by the way, on Rob in the Morning at KRAB 106.1 FM out of Bakersfield. The Crab Station.
And on that note, I think we
KRAB, the Crab.
Beat this fucking dead horse to death. Beyond death.
When we started out with so much fun, and then we ended on this
shot for what I just
was
said.
Say, so the conclusion on those two thermal videos is there's no real conclusion.
It's like, go watch them. Watch them on Parabreakdown.
Yeah, there you go. Come to your own conclusions, people.
I don't.
And for Christ's sakes, somebody get me Mick West. This has been episode 153 of the Fortean Slip. If you like this shit, hit the little thumbs up button. If you don't, hit the little thumbs down button. Leave a comment. Subscribe. Check out Richard's blog. The link is underneath the YouTube video. Yes, go check out Phil's stuff at Parabreakdown. What is it? YouTube.com/Parabreakdown, Phil?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. You can find it. Check out Matt Knapp at youtube.com/bigfootcrossroads. Do not go check out Steve's eBay shit. I'd really like him to fail and go on to something else.
But I just
he's got some pretty cool shit on there.
Maybe.
I do.
And as always,
it's cool.
As always, check out our good friend Dred Funn at dredfunn.com and youtube.com/Dred Funn. Hopefully we will be back Sunday with another episode to tantalize and warm you in ways that might make your genital area stimulated. See ya.